After a second feature that was way too surface level for how ambitious it wanted to be, Olivia Wilde is back with The Invite, which feels like it was created as a response to the not so great reception of her previous feature. This film went through so many creative teams, but it's a miracle this was in development hell because it's the perfect film to follow up Don't Worry Darling. Set almost entirely in one apartment with a cast of 4 incredible actors, it's the type of film that could prove whether or not you have the talent to pull it off, and Olivia Wilde completely knocks it out of the park. I'm not going to beat around the bush here and leave you in suspense. There is no better way to describe this film than a knockout. I'm going to delve into specific details, so if you haven't seen The Invite yet and don't want spoilers, here is your warning now. The script by Rashida Jones and Will McCormack is phenomenal. The production team switching after the actors and writer strike definitely allowed them to tweak it slightly, and I'm close to saying it's an almost perfect script. It manages to keep the tension building without fail during the whole 107-minute runtime, until an extremely poignant release at the end. It's sometimes hilarious and emotional in the same scene, balancing both in an impressive way, notably with Seth Rogen's character Joe, who turns serious moments into a joke as a response to his build-up of self-loathing over the years. His character is the main reason I want to watch this straight away, because early on you see signs of him putting down his job and past, while Olivia Wilde's character Angela tries complimenting him in front of their guests. He feels like a failure because he lives in his parents' apartment, which Angela has tried to preserve while renovating, leading to the walls basically suffocating him, and his band never took off, which he's constantly reminded of during the night as the party grows curious. Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton's character Pina and Hawk are set up as being disruptive neighbours due to their noisy nature, but once they enter Angela and Joe's home, they're the quietest ones there. They allow both of them to discover why their marriage is on thin ice. And as the night goes on, we see more and more how this apartment they've dedicated months of their lives turning into their own is just a cage of all their negative feelings. Due to their apartment being 2 separate ones combined, there's an area where 2 windows look into each other through the place, and it's a great visual metaphor of how they're both set in a wall between each other. They never communicate their feelings, instead leave them until an explosive argument where they blame each other, and we're shown at the beginning of the film how instead of communicating their feelings, they instead restart their interaction to be nicer to each other. This one technique displayed at the start of the film foreshadows why the rest of the night goes the quote-unquote wrong way, because they leave their problems inside their walls and expect walking in and out of these walls to solve their problems. But it doesn't. This contrasts with Pina and Hawk, who are seemingly very open people with each other, although underneath they still have some problems that arise when the night gets overwhelming. However, Pina's psychology background places both of them in therapist type role. As the night goes on, they split into 2 different groups. Both of them simultaneously are answering Angela and Joe's problems. The film sets up Andrew as the one who controls everything, while Joe doesn't care about anything anymore due to his feeling of immense failure. And this all comes ahead when the 4 of them are intimate with each other, between how Angela doesn't want to have full control, instead someone else making decisions for her, while Joe wants a real human connection after a year of the couple being mostly cold with each other. They admit they're only together because of their child Maggie, but as the film reaches its climax and they're both able to reveal how they truly feel with each other, they realise why they're experiencing so many problems. Joe shutting off his past, not allowing anyone to touch his piano, leaves Angela and Maggie walking on eggshells around it, while Angela leaves Joe feeling a lack of connection. Both of their main problems are self-inflicted, but their refusal to communicate with each other has led to this being a joint problem. When they've revealed all this, Pina suggests they split up for the sake of their daughter being in a happy household, but once they leave, Joe opens his piano again finally, and Angela joins him. Both of them cry as they smile playing, bonding once again over how they originally met, over playing music. It's an incredible ending to a film that has been mostly comedic, with an emotional tone simmering underneath, and I love that they dedicate a good 5 minutes to this ending. It doesn't end with an explosive release, but a quiet one, which is what the characters need after a year of built-up arguments leading nowhere. A good script is nothing without a good director, however, and Olivia Wilde does a fantastic job. The geography of the apartment is so well realised, every shot is planned perfectly, and the blocking throughout is something I have to compliment massively. Whether it's the wide shots trying to communicate the awkward tension in the room, or the suffocating close-ups, or the beams in the room dividing the couple in different moments, it's all incredible. Even with Don't Worry Darling, which was a film I found fine because of its surface-level script, it is brilliant visually, and it's clear Olivia Wilde has a visual eye to her filmmaking. Adam Newport-Bearer does a great job too. The film is shot so well, and I love the variety and focal depths when we're focusing on one person or the whole group. The performances are hard to discuss because there's not a single standout, but that's why the film is so good. Everyone complements each other in every scene. When the group splits into 2, you're able to see that all 4 of them are perfectly cast together. Each of them individually give a great performance. I especially love Olivia Wilde. She might do every facial expression possible in this film, which makes for a hilarious watch. Every time Andrew is trying to stop Joe from confronting the neighbours about their noise, she's hilarious, shoving food in his mouth and trying to do shots. Cruz, Norton, Rogen and Wilde honestly all deserve shout-outs individually, and it's a shame they all likely won't make it into awards conversation. I don't like talking about awards full stop before Venice Film Festival, as we have no idea how the year will shape up, but this entire cast and crew have a reason to argue about making it in somewhere. I also don't like to talk about box office when reviewing a film like this, but in a year when audiences might be finally turning on big budget films with a lack of care to focus on these smaller budget films, you have to hope we're experiencing a shift for cinema. But with the drama and materialist being massively successful for A24, I hope they dedicate a proper release to The Invite and audiences respond to it. If it wasn't clear already, this is my favourite film of the year. I was going to make a top 10 of the year so far this week, but after this I've fully scratched the video because it's a phenomenal start to the second half of the year. I'm close to giving this the full 5 stars, but on a first watch, especially for a film this detailed in its script, I'm cautious to go all out until a rewatch, so now I've settled for a 4.5 out of 5. If you've seen The Invite, let me know what you thought and thank you for watching.